Hey, welcome along to the Daily Diaries. Crystal with you today, and I am all naked and fresh-faced. Well, I'm not like physically naked, but my face is naked because we're going to do a little bit of a, I guess, get ready with me style of video, which I haven't really done before. So yeah, we're just going to hang out and I'm going to put some makeup on, and I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz Palette today. I think overseas people say Huda Beauty? Huda? I don't know. But in Australia, we're very ochre, so we're like, yes, Huda Beauty, mate. It's just how we talk. And it has some beautiful colors in the palette, some really gorgeous standout colors in there. So that's gonna be fun. Looking forward to doing that. But first of all, if you wanna have a cup of tea or something while you're getting ready, that would be lovely. I personally am drinking Rugenic Native Balance for Women tea. Isn't the box beautiful? Yeah, it's an Australian brand of teas that have some gorgeous different flavors, and they have, I know there's like another one that's for native happiness. There's one that's for sleep that's actually really good. And yeah, getting the balance for women in because I'm just feeling a bit wonky. I actually cried last night, which I haven't cried for a while. And I think that's fine. You're allowed to every now and then. I don't even know what it was about. I think I was just overtired, exhausted. So that's why I'm on the native balance for women teas today. And I'm drinking out of this beautiful little koala cup because I am obsessed with koalas. I love them so much. And it's K for Crystal too. Ah, what do you know? Synchronicity. I hope you're well this morning, wherever you are in the world. First of all, I put my base products on. So I've got a moisturizer on from Antipodes, which is a beautiful New Zealand skincare brand. I have my Mecca to Save Face 50+ sunscreen on. And I also have my Milk Hydro Grip Primer on that I've just been sort of using a little bit lately. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to take my Ilia Liquid Light Highlight. I don't have this in the full size yet. I have a sample that I've just been smashing and I am absolutely loving it. So that's what it looks like there on my finger. So it's a creamy consistency. So I'm just gonna take that before I put my foundation on, because it is kind of thick. So I like to sort of just slap it on first. Oh, my hair's gonna be annoying. Let's just pop that. Pop that behind the ear. I just had my hair done recently, just had it bleached, and I had an allergic reaction to the max. I have I have such a sensitive skin. Every now and then I just morph into a New Zealander for some reason. And yeah, my whole head felt like it grew scales. It was awful. I had to have antihistamine and it's still kind of itchy. So I might have to give up the bleach. I actually prefer being a brunette anyway. The only reason I kind of went blonde was because I had a couple of white hairs growing through there, and they were driving me insane because they would stand out so much in the contrast between my brown hair, and I just couldn't be bothered. I don't mind having wrinkles. Wrinkles don't really bother me, but I'm not ready for the white hairs yet. Or if I had 90% of my head, then I would embrace that and I would go that color. But because I only have like a handful, it's just really annoying. It's really annoying. So there you go. Okay, so that highlight is on. Just makes me look super shiny. All right, and then what I do is I generally go in with my Kosas concealer. This is the Revealer concealer, my favorite concealer of all time. I've been using it for a couple of years since it came out, and I've gone through that many tubes of it, but it's amazing. The other concealer I do want to try is the Rose Ink from Mecca, which is another cleaner beauty line. And apparently their concealer is kind of like the Revealer concealer, but a little more heavy duty. So I'm interested to know if that would be my jam, because to be honest, I quite like that this is not super thick, because I don't really like wearing super thick products on my face. My face gets a bit claustro. So it's actually my birthday tomorrow. It's my birthday tomorrow, which is cool. I'm pretty okay with aging another year, because this time last year I was in hospital. I spent the week in hospital having one of 3 endo operations that I had within the space of a month. So anything that is a birthday not spent in hospital will be a win. And also, you know, last year was tough. Last year was really tough, which is why I ended up on antidepressants, because I just could not pull myself out of it. I just couldn't. seem to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And so I did start on antidepressants. And I'm so glad that I did because, wow, they gave me back me, but they also gave me 7 kilos of extra weight. So that's the downside. But you know what? Of course, happiness and mental health has got to come first. You know, being skinny is whatever. I don't even want to be skinny. I just want to be fit and healthy and active. And I have friends who are very sick right now. So I am so grateful just to have my health and my family and, you know, my beautiful friends. I'm lucky, you know. So, and, you know, my brother died when I was 10. So he didn't get to age. He didn't get to experience what it's like to grow older. So I feel like, who am I to spit in the face of that? Like, I'm bloody lucky to be here, you know? And as we get older, I feel like we get to really own ourselves and, yeah, we get to be who we are, which is pretty cool. Getting very philosophical this morning. I've always been like that. When I was 10 years old, I remember turning 10, and that year I cried because I hadn't done enough with my life yet. So I've kind of always been a bit of a deep thinker. Ridiculous. Okay, so yeah, I'm turning 40 tomorrow, which is crazy because I still feel like a child. My body feels like it's about 800 years old, but mentally I seriously don't feel any older than I did when I was 25. Or maybe a little bit more mature, one would hope. Okay, so I've just kind of patted on that Revealer concealer. Mostly I concentrate under the eye and then also on the nose area because I tend to get redness through the nose. I remember I got sunburnt once when I was younger, and honestly it's just never been the same since. So that's why I am a freak for sun protection these days. I don't go a day without sunscreen, even in winter. I don't care. It's sunscreen every day, especially in Australia. We live right underneath a giant hole in the ozone layer. So the sun is very different here to what it is overseas. All right, so that's me done with the Revealer concealer, which in case you're wondering was shade 03. I should probably be hurrying this up because I am meant to go into work today into the studio this Savo. We'll get there. Oh, I'm just gonna have some of this. I don't know about you, but I suck at drinking hot liquids. Like usually I pour a tea and then I set my timer for 10 minutes because I don't want to burn my mouth. Bit delicate like that, to be fair. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's still way too hot. Oh gosh, I'm nearly out of my foundation. So lately I've been back to using my Tarte Foundcealer. This is the shade 27S Light Medium Sand. I really want to try the new Kosas foundation, the Revealer foundation, but that isn't out in Australia yet. So as soon as that comes out, I will give it a try. But I do love this Tarte foundation. Hopefully we've got enough to get through. I always change the way I apply my foundations, just depends on like what mood I'm in. Oh wow, this is like, this is properly empty. I didn't foresee this. Luckily I've got a backup, which I will go and get if I need to, which I probably will because I have nothing on my forehead at this point in time. So I'm just using a Damp Beauty blender sponge. This one's actually by Real Techniques, and this is my favorite one I've ever used. I've tried a bunch of them. I just like the shape and I like the level of firmness of the sponge. But I love that it has that flat edge and then it has that pointy bit. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go and get the other foundation. Hold that thought. Okay, I'm back with my backup. So I used to, obviously when I was a makeup artist, it was all about using brushes, but I much prefer the look of a sponge on my face. I don't know, I just think it gives a beautiful finish, especially if the sponge is damp. Just sweeping that everywhere, across my face, and running that down my neck and onto my ears. All right, I think we're pretty much blended. I like a nice light coverage, generally speaking. I personally would rather have patches of my face where it's kind of slid off a little bit than have patches of my face that are caked to the max. It's just the look I prefer, and I hate matte foundations with a passion. So that one has a nice satiny, dewy finish, and especially when applied over the top of the Ilia, it has a little sheen to it, so it's really nice. Okay, then at the moment I'm just using it's one of the Hourglass dim light, ambient light powders. I know everyone raves about them. They're okay. I wouldn't say I was like obsessed with them. I've had this one for 100 years. I'm still trying to work my way through it. I'm getting there though, getting close. So I usually just put that around my eye area. Set that. All right, I'm just taking my Tarte cream bronzer. It's the Tarte Cream Breezy bronzer in Seychelles. And just doing a little bit of a relaxed contour. Nothing too serious. And this is just an old Tarte brush. I think it's a foundation brush, but because it's firm and densely packed, I quite like to use it in this regard to apply the creamy bronzer. And then I sometimes just take my big, this is a MAC brush, this fluffy brush, just go over that along the hairline, especially since I went blonde. Otherwise I look washed out. That'll do. I love the shade of this bronzer. It's gorgeous. It looks disgusting in the pan, but it's actually a beautiful color on the face. Especially if you're a fair girl. It's great. It's a great bronzer. Alrighty, so once I got that on, to my eyebrows. And at the moment, my brow routine is pretty simple. I'm just taking the Benefit Gimme Brow in God knows what color because it's worn off the, the bottle, but it's a blondie shade. Just run that through. I'm so excited because I have ordered the Hella palette from Oden's Eye, the Angelica collab. Can't wait to get that. I've been wanting more Oden's Eye eyeshadow products ever since I got the legendary Diversa, the Judy palette. I love that palette so much. It's my favorite. I like it better than all of them, even my Pat McGrath. Definitely like the price better. I also ordered the Norns palette from Oden's Eye and one of the highlighters, which I haven't really bought a highlighter for yonks. It's a powder one and I think it's limited edition because generally I like to use cream or liquid highlighters, but hey, I'm happy to give this a whirl. Let you know how it goes. All right, so I'll just run that through and then I'm gonna take my Benefit 24-hour brow set and it's a clear one. I use this because like I think everyone does. I have a couple of random brow hairs that like to go in the completely incorrect direction. They're very annoying and very stubborn and yeah, they're on this side and I'll always find a bunch of them just like pointing straight down and it just drives me insane. So yeah, this stuff's really good from Benefit. So that's all I do most days with my brows. Now that I don't have dark hair, I don't really have to do much with them because I have naturally fairer eyebrows anyway. So I just kind of run the gel through and I'm good to go. It's great. Okie dokie. Can I give a shout out also to my friend Jess, who I know watches these videos, and Jess and I used to work together in special education. She's an absolute legend. She's also a very talented hairdresser and I know she's had a bit of a rough time lately, so shout out to you, Jess. Love you guts. Thinking of you. Also shout out to the beautiful Mel, who has been going through chemo. Mel, you're an amazing woman. I love you and I know you've got this. Alrighty, so we're gonna get into the fun part, which is the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz Palette. Oh, the packaging's very pretty. All right, I'm gonna be using some Refa brushes to slap that on the old eyelids. Okie dokie. So for my birthday, I'm actually going away. My boyfriend has organized something for us. It's a surprise. Not really sure exactly what we're doing, but I'm pretty excited. I haven't had a surprise in years. Okay, so I think I'm gonna take the shade Cherished, which is the pale pink one there, and just use that all over the lid really. All right, so this is a very soft pink shade. Barely there, but I just want it as a base. I look small now because I was sitting up my leg before and now I am not, and look how much I've shrunk. I'm quite a tiny human, so 5'3" to be exact. Well, 5'3 3/4. I like to add that little bit in so I don't feel as small. So mostly through the crease and onto the lid there as well. I wonder how my tea's traveling. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Lots of good stuff in there. I like to add honey to mine because I'm a sweet tooth. I add honey to most of my herbal tea. I don't even drink normal tea. I have this memory of when I was a kid and I was sick and I was with my grandma and she had to go and get some tires changed or something. So we're at this car place. I'd never really had a cup of tea. She got me a cup of tea out of the vending machine and I vomited. I puked everywhere. But I think it was probably because I had gastro. But now I can't even stomach the idea of drinking a normal tea because I just associate it with vomit. Okay, now I'm going to take the shade Happiness, which is that one. And I'm going to take a smaller Refa brush and just run that through the crease again. They're not like super pigmented at first go, but then you can definitely build them up. So the formula is buildable with these eyeshadows. You don't get as much color payoff as you get with a Pat McGrath palette when you first put it on. So it's definitely a buildable process. I don't really mind that though. As long as it doesn't take 7 years to build up, it's all good. Because it means that you've got a lot of control in what you're doing. Because we don't have all day, because I do have to actually go to work. I'm just gonna keep this pretty low key. I'm gonna take my Pat McGrath Labs Intensifiers wand and I just wanna put that on my eyelids. You can just put it on your finger and dab it on. I don't know, I just whack it straight on, which is why the tip is filthy, because it just goes on over other eyeshadows. Again, that's me being lazy, because who has time to not be lazy in that respect? All right, I'm gonna use, I think, both of these colors, which are absolutely stunning from this palette. So we've got Cosmic Love and Moon Magic. So I'm gonna put Moon Magic on the outside there. Sorry, yeah, this is Cosmic Love. It's very hard to be precise when you're using fingers, of course. Don't know if you can get the full effect of how pretty it is, but there will of course be swatches in this video as well, because I just like you to have swatches. I don't think they're normally in Get Ready With Me videos, but I want you to have them, okay? It's the kind of girl I am, you know, just a giver. Okay, then I'm going to take the beautiful Moon Magic shadow, which is, it's my favorite in the palette. It's so beautiful, that one there. So it's like pinky, bluey, silver, white, all of the colors. Oh my Lord. Luminous. Fringe time in Adelaide, which is awesome. And if you don't live in Adelaide, the Adelaide Fringe is outstanding. It's the second biggest fringe festival in the world after Edinburgh. And we get amazing cabarets, comedians, circus acts from all over the world. Everyone comes to the Adelaide Fringe. And it's so exciting and it's so great for Adelaide, you know, for our tourism industry and everything after the last couple of years. So yeah, really excited for the Fringe. There's a lot of things that will be great to see. I haven't even had time to consult the program because I've been working a lot, but I will be definitely going and seeing something at the Fringe. Alrighty, and then I think in my inner corner, I'm gonna go with, oh, that's really pretty. There's a shade called Self Love, which is just in that bottom corner there. I'm getting packages in the mail today, which is very exciting. Got a couple of things that I've ordered. Actually, speaking of, I got a message from Colourpop a little while ago, and I obviously wrote a review for one of their face stamps. It was like the Love Heart one, and I don't ever remember it being that bad, but I must have said something slightly negative about it because they contacted me and they're like, we want to send you another product to replace that one for free. And I was like, oh, well, that's really nice of them. I had the Love Heart one and they sent me the Star one, which came today. And I think that's amazing customer service. I would say though that if you write a negative review about one of their products, maybe they'd be better off sending you a different product. Because if you don't like the first one, I don't know what makes them think you're gonna like the second one if it's exactly the same. I did think that was pretty great customer service though, so props to them for that. All right, this is looking beautiful. Got this one on my finger here. Sorry about the rudeness of the finger. I'm just gonna chuck that on top in here where the two other ones meet in the middle. Cosmic Love and Moon Magic. Oh, it's just a shimmer fest, mate. It's a beautiful shimmer fest. I normally powder my T-zone. I don't really do the outside of my face, but I do just through the T-zone. But I, for some reason, cannot locate my powder. I'm just like, maybe I left it at work. Not sure. So anyway, let's hope so. I'm still on the hunt for my holy grail powder. I want a powder that I can take with me in a compact form if I want to just touch over the shine throughout the day. I want it to have a little bit of coverage, but I don't want it to be heavy. I want it to be more of a satin finish, but I don't want it to make my face oily. I hate matte powder, so you know, I'm fussy when it comes to powder, and I would prefer it to be a clean formula as well. So if you know a miracle powder that might please my difficult ways, I'd love to hear from you. So what I'm doing now is I'm just taking Sailor. It's a Super Shock eyeshadow from Colourpop. I just like to use that just in the little corner of my eye. And what I would do is just take a little bit of that shadow under the eye. How are we going for time here? Okay, so I've got half an hour till I have to go to work. How are you tracking for time? Hopefully you're not running late. You've got time to just relax and kick back. And I'm just gonna take one of the pinky shades again, probably Happiness. That one there, just run that across my lash line, my lower lash line. Using my little pencil Refa Brush 03. I do enjoy all the special shades in this palette. Like there are some stunners, that Moon Magic shade. Ugh, I would just buy that on its own. Beware, if you're more of a warm toned person, you prefer warm tones, there are some ashier ones in here. Like I never ever use that shade there because it's just too ashy for me. Yeah, there's a couple that are kind of on the ashy side. So just beware of that if you prefer warmer tones. Maybe like the Desert Dusk palette might be the way to go from Huda instead. I prefer warmer tones, but you know, that's cool. Like I said, I'd pretty much buy the palette just for that one Moon Magic shade because it's so stunning. I was just adding a little bit of a pinker shade up the top here as well. I think we're basically done with that. So just need some eyeliner. All right, I'm tossing up between using my Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in Piggy Bank, beautiful bright purple shade, or my barely in existence anymore Charlotte Tilbury. I think this was the Mesmerizing Maroons Duo eyeliner, which is absolutely gorgeous, which is why I've used it to death. So it has like a purple on one side and then it has a pinkier shade on the other. Oh, there's nothing left of it. I need to order another one. I love these colors. I love these eyeliners, but because it's a half, you go through them so quickly and they're not cheap. So just, you know, if you're gonna get one, just be warned in that regard. You want to stuff it. I've sharpened it, might as well use it. So let's get the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Eyeliner Duo Pencil happening. I'm literally just running that, like pushing it right in to the base of my lashes. It's gone a bit deformed because it's so small and the sharpener attacked it just a weeny bit. So it could be minorly disastrous, but that's fine. If you have hazel eyes, using purpley shades looks amazing because there's a contrast to the green in your eyes. I really do need to replace that pencil. It's getting ridiculous. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna use the bottom half. Just look at this. This is so dumb. Look at how tiny that is and what's left of it. But it's a really pretty pinky metallic shade, so we're gonna use it. Use it till it dies. It's my motto. And I'm kind of doing that in the eye, but also a little bit out of it, if that makes sense. I've realized I say kind of quite a bit, and I think it's because I don't do anything really super specifically. I just sort of go with the flow and my language reflects that. But yeah, definitely recommend the Charlotte Tilbury eyeliners, but beware that you'll go through them super quick, which is sad because they're so pretty. So if you're willing to deal with that, then go ahead. I think you can get those, well, you can get them obviously from the Charlotte Tilbury website, and I'm pretty sure Mecca stocks them now as well if you're in Australia. I do quite like the Charlotte Tilbury website because she does have a pretty good rewards program. So if you're gonna be purchasing regularly from her, it is good to check out if she has any free gifts going on, which she often does. Okay, that's how we are. Gonna wax some mascara on. So first of all, as always, don't do anything without my opening act lash primer from Tarte. It just adds fibers to the lashes, conditions the lashes. It is the best. Unfortunately, you can't actually buy this from Sephora in Australia, which does stock Tarte products. So if you want the lash primer, you have to order it directly from the Tarte website, which is overseas. I always have to make sure that I order it before I'm too low on this one, because obviously it can take a couple of weeks to get here. So I'm just coating my lashes with that. The Huda Beauty palette you can buy from Sephora, although I think it is sold out online at the moment from the Sephora Australia website. And it's around $103, which I did not pay because I actually bought mine directly from Huda Beauty when they had their massive Black Friday sale. So I bought a bunch of palettes that I could never afford at full price. So they do ship to Australia if you're wondering. And that was the only way I could afford to buy the palettes. They were 40% off or something ridiculous like that. And I had never used any Huda Beauty products before. Huda Beauty? It's really quite hard to say. Huda Beauty products before. So it was my first foray. And look, I certainly don't mind these eyeshadow palettes. They're quite lovely. And as I said, there are some very pretty colors in it. The Rose Quartz one, I honestly think most people buy it for the Moon Magic shade because it's so pretty and special. So I don't think I mentioned this, but if you've seen my videos before, you'll know I'm using the Hourglass Unlocked Instant Extensions Mascara, which is a tubing mascara. And over the top of my Tarte Lash Primer. It looks awesome. It probably wouldn't be enough for me without, because I love big lashes and I don't wear false lashes. So I like to get the look I want with mascara. I don't know, I just can't be bothered with false lashes. And also, mostly, I don't really like how they look on me. I do like, when I'm in a theatre production, I use Lashify lashes. I will literally just stick a couple on my outer corners of my eye and that looks really pretty, but a full lash doesn't work for me. It just makes my eyes look smaller. Not a fan. I'd rather just have good lashes with mascara. I think this mascara is getting a bit low. I've had it for quite a while now, actually. It's been lasting really well. Can't complain. I am known to do 100,000 layers of mascara if I have time. This mascara is kind of a miracle because it doesn't go all over my face, which is miraculous for someone with oily, hooded eyelids. It's brilliant. It doesn't move until you take it off. Although it's not waterproof, so if you cry or swim, it will be on your face. But it will be in tubes. It's really quite interesting. Not that I recommend you cry in your mascara, if you can avoid it. Okay, so you can see that you can get quite decent lashes with the combination of the primer and the Hourglass. Nice! I'm gonna pop on some blush and I'm gonna use a dual fiber brush. This one's an old one from Napoleon. It's a toss-up. It's a real toss-up between my Bite Beauty Daycation Whipped Blush or my Ilia Mulitstick, which everyone knows I love. This one's At Last. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with the Ilia. Oh, it's a tough decision. I'll tell you what, love them both. So I literally just pop that on the stick and dab her on the cheeks and up towards the brow. Oh, the color. The color, so beautiful. Cannot say enough good things about these Ilia Multisticks. I really can't. They're bloody beautiful. Bonza, mate. Get on it. You won't regret it. Should probably eat some lunch before I go. God knows what I'm gonna have though. Might make a smoothie. Oh, such a beautiful color. I love that one. I love it with a passion. And you can also use that on your lips. So I might just take that directly. I might put another lipstick on, I'm not sure. But I just wanted to show you that you can use it on both and it looks beautiful on both and it doesn't feel dry on the lips, which some of the lip to cheek products can do. Then I'm just gonna take my Lit Up Highlight Stick from Westman Atelier Impala. It's made, I'm not sure if you can buy it separately because I bought it in the limited edition Bordeaux lip suede set. It's a champagne-y highlight, quite translucent. Yeah. And just on the Cupid's bow. And what I also like to do is, because I'm a big one for, I don't know, embracing your natural face, I like to put my moles back in that are a bit covered up when I put foundation on. Not heaps because I don't wear thick foundation, but I just like to pencil them back in. Not all of them because I'd be here all day, but my three main moles. My three main beauty spots. So I just use this, I think it's like a Models Prefer marker pen. And then I just blot it out with my finger because obviously I don't want it to look like I just drew on dots on my face. Done. I might just pop a little bit of lippy on because I'm feeling it. So what have I got in front of me here? Oh yeah, cool. I'm gonna use my Bobbi Brown Art Stick in Dusty Pink, which is one of my all-time favorite lip products. Love, 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 love. So I'm just gonna blot out the Ilia a little bit that I put on. Alrighty, and the best thing about these art sticks is that because they're a pencil, but they're a thick pencil, you can line and fill in all at the same time. They stay on for so long. They are the best. I love the Bobbi Brown art sticks. I discovered them when I was working for Bobbi Brown, and if she ever stops making them, devastation will incur? One of them. It'll be devastating. All right, so that is my face finito. All done. I hope that you have had a lovely getting ready sesh yourself. I hope you're feeling good. You're feeling confident, ready to walk out the door. I'm going to make myself some lunch and then go to work. And yeah, and it's B-Day tomorrow, you. Have a fantastic day, and I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. That'd be amazing. And if you could like this video, that would be incredible as well. I love making these videos. It's so therapeutic. It's so much fun, and I just hope that you get some joy out of them and entertainment as well. And yeah, I'd love to have you around more often. Alrighty, take care. Bye. Hi ho, it's off to work we go. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. Is that how the words go?